Welcome to Let's Talk Cars Radio, your automotive specialist. Let's Talk Cars Radio is sponsored in part by Napa Car Care Centers, BDG Auto Group, by Bob and Cindy Scottman Transmissions, and Advanced Technology Institute. Be a part of the program today by calling 757-222-3705. That's 757-222-3705. You may text your comments and questions during the show to 757-866-2192. Email your questions and comments to Dave at letstalkcarsradio.com. Now, here is the host of Let's Talk Cars Radio, Dave Palach.
Happy Saturday, America. You're listening to Let's Talk Cars Radio on WKQA Freedom 1110. I'm your host, Dave Palach, hanging out with Rockin' Larry Cobb, and of course, Cameron's doing all of our technical work. Man, it is another Saturday. Hey, sun's out a little bit.
Another Saturday night. And I ain't got nobody.
I ain't got nobody. So, I got pet peeves.
Well, what's new?
Here's the thing. All right, so it's a car show, so I'm going to tell you my pet peeves on cars. When you're driving, why is it? This used to never happen, or maybe I just never paid attention to it. When you're driving your vehicle and you decide to pull in off of a main road to like a grocery store or a gas station or whatever, why is people now pull in just onto the driveway and then they just stop? No reason. There's no cars in front of them or anything else. They just pull into the driveway entrance and they just stop. Are they confused? Are they don't know what they're doing?
They're reading their texts.
Okay. Maybe that's what it is. I'm behind them, though. I want to come into the driveway, too.
Well, nobody said that drivers were courteous.
But then I'm a mirror watcher. So when I drive, I constantly look at my mirrors. I'm looking at my side mirrors, I look at my rear mirror. So as I'm pulling into the driveway with you, behind you, and you've just cleared the driveway, and I'm behind you trying to pull into the same driveway, and you just come to a complete stop, now I need to slam on my brakes and stop. And the first thing I do is now I'm looking in my mirror to see what the guy behind me is going to do. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to get hit. I'm going to get hit. I'm going to get hit because I know the guy behind me isn't anticipating me to have to slam on my brakes because he knows that I, like the guy in front of me, should be rolling through the driveway and getting out of his way.
Well, I mean, what else is it going to be? They're texting and they don't care. That's
why I need one of those like big plow bumpers on the front of my vehicle.
Yeah.
So I can just scoop them up gently. There's nothing gentle. Just shove them out of my way so I can continue on my merry way.
Yeah. Big blast of air, blow them over.
Ooh. I got an early Father's Day gift.
Yeah. Or a device that's real loud, like an ultra-high siren.
I got an early Father's Day gift. I got my Father's Day gift already. I got it early.
Really?
I did.
And what did you get?
I got air horns for my truck.
No kidding.
Yeah. I got the true.
Turned off again. Ta-da!
You're on now.
I got the true horn blaster.
Got its own air compressor, just to power the
No,
horn?
yeah, it's on it. Yeah, they're on an air compressor. Yes, I got the real ones. I didn't get the fake ones. I got the real ones. I haven't put them on yet because I haven't had time.
Have you heard them yet?
Okay, so Horn Blasters makes the real horns. I mean, they're train horns.
Mm-hmm.
So, and they're big, so usually they have to be mounted up underneath the bed because they're so big, and they have an air tank with an air compressor and everything.
Wow.
And they're loud.
Is the real deal.
Yeah, they're the real deal. So, for those of you out there that irritate me, instead of me having to bite my tongue anymore, I'll just give you a little blast of air.
Yeah, there you go. Next time somebody pulls in the driveway and stops, you can give them a toot.
Little toot. Just a little.
Enough to make their heart stop for like a second.
For a second. Yeah. Right. I wasn't supposed to know, but my ups man delivered way early. Apparently, they weren't supposed to come for 2 weeks. They showed up in 4 days. And I was the one who answered the door when he knocked on the door.
No secrets at your house.
Nope, because it's written all over the box. The box they sent it in has like pictures of it, and it's all over the box. So, yeah, there was no secrets to be had.
I walked in, and I was like, oh, gosh, he knows already.
Yeah. So, they were trying to hide it from me. It didn't work very well. So, anyway, I don't understand. It didn't used to happen to me. So maybe that's what it is. It's got to be the texting thing, because I can remember You pull into a driveway and you drive in the driveway, you go find a parking spot and you park your car, you do whatever.
Yeah.
You didn't pull and just clear the tip of the road and just come to a complete stop.
Yeah, they're probably thinking, well, I'm out of traffic here. I'll just stop here because it's convenient for me.
For them,
And
for them
I'll-
only.
Yeah, exact. That's the key. And I'll do my texting, or I'll return that phone call, or whatever.
I'm being nice. You
Yeah.
see me. I'm controlled.
But if you got them neat air horns, that's I like to be with you when people blocked you on that.
We'll go for a ride. We'll make a day of it. We'll make a complete day of it. I've counted. So here's how it came. I was thinking about what I wanted for Father's Day. I was just like, I wonder what I want for Father's Day. And then I was like, I really would like some air horns. So then I started counting. How many times in one day that I probably could have used them.
Yep.
Justifiable. I wasn't making up reasons. I was like, this guy cut me off. I could have just gave him a little toot, or this person's sitting there texting on their phone in front of me in traffic. And I give people a lot of distance, more than most people do. Like 6 cars of distance now is gone, and they haven't moved in front of me. And before I tap my horn, sometimes.
Does it come with a strap so you can pull down on it from the ceiling?
No, I think what I'm going to do is I want to rig it. My dad used to have a similar setup on his. He had a bigger horn and a smaller horn. If you just tap the regular horn button, it would sound the small horn, and if you held it down, the big horn engaged. So I want to do the same thing with the air horn. So if you just tap my horn, the regular horn on the truck will go doop doop. But if you irritate me and I push the button, then the air compressor will kick in and
Both of them will. Give them the blast from the past.
Right, correct. So I think that's how I want to set it up. So I'll play with that. We should make a day of it. It'll be fun. We'll record it. We'll put it on the website for people to watch.
There you go.
Yeah. So anyway, I do have news today.
All right.
Believe it or not, we're gonna get past it. That was my pet peeve, just so y'all know. I just happened to notice all week I was running around and stopping in here and there and taking care of errands and doctors. You know how that goes. My weeks, and I just every place I went, people stopped just short. Cameron's got something for me.
Talking about the air horns, Grandma said some people just have no brains.
No, seriously, it's one of those things.
Yeah, they won't have any after you blow them out.
Well, they may have something else, and they'll have to go take care of something. They might be in a rush afterwards to get into the store, if you know what I mean.
I got you.
All right, so rideshare. Okay, and we've been talking about Uber and Lyft and ride sharing and all this stuff. So the topic this week, and on all the different forum sites and stuff, because there's been a couple articles that come out this week, so of course it's been in the news and it's been going around, is how's this? People are like, this isn't reality. This isn't reality. This isn't reality. Okay, that's what I keep on hearing, that Uber and Lyft isn't reality. I know. I see the look on your face. You guys can't see him, but I can see him. He's got the look on the face like I had when I heard it. I'm like, how is this not reality? And then it made me ask the question of, what reality do you live in if this isn't reality?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm like, what if this isn't, y'all understand where I'm coming from, right? If this isn't reality, what reality do you live in? Because Uber's here, Lyft's here, ride sharing is growing by the millions. I mean, just every time you turn around, there's somebody else thinking about opening up a different ride share company. So there was a bunch of reports, and it was in the news of, this isn't reality. And what they meant by that was, it went from an app that you could tap on your phone to, well, now we're just jumping in strangers' cars and just riding away with them, and how this shouldn't be reality because you don't know who you're riding with, and this isn't safe, and now we're putting our children in people's cars that we don't know and having them pick them up from soccer practice. And it's the modern day hitchhiking, basically, is really what it is what they're comparing it to, which, okay, I get that. It is modern day hitchhiking, except you're paying, essentially, which modern day hitchhiking, sometimes you just kind of pitched in for gas, basically, back in the day. I mean, that's kind of
that. I never had a hitchhiker hand me a $5 and say, "Here, this is for the gas."
Oh, I did.
Really?
Yeah.
I never had one, did it? I figured most of the hitchhikers were hitchhiking because they didn't have any money anyway.
No. There's people just trying to get from one place to the other. I did a lot of cross-country driving back in the day. I picked up a couple of hitchhikers. Yeah. I mean, and it was sketchy.
When I was younger, I would, but I got very afraid because one after another ran into foul play.
It's sketchy.
Yeah, I got afraid to pick people up. I would like to help, but I'm afraid. I don't want to be murdered.
I I was driving. This was years ago, and I was driving, and there was two gentlemen on the side of the road holding a gas can. Okay, now I had passed their car probably about 30 miles back. So I saw the car, nobody with it, and then I came across them about 30 miles up the road. Now I knew it was about at least another 70 miles to a gas station.
And they had walked 30?
They'd already walked like 30. We were in the middle of nowhere. So I had to make that decision. What to do? You know, you had that talk with yourself. You're like, and I knew that, and how they didn't know. I mean, they probably weren't from the area. The closest gas station was about 20 miles back from where their car sat.
And you picked them up, didn't you?
I did, against my better judgment, because they were not the friendliest looking gentlemen.
Yeah.
And so I picked them up, and I was a young man at the time. So, you know, and so I really knew there was 2 versus 1, and I was just like, this is probably not the best idea. But I know they're walking in the direction. I was like the only car that I had seen on the road in a while. So I picked them up. I get them in the vehicle. Now I have to sit one next to me and one behind me. And so I was really, really open with them. I was like, you're going to sit on the passenger side so I can see you. Exactly what I told him. Yeah. I was just that open and honest about it.
And how was that met with?
He was all right at first. So I said, gentlemen, you guys are heading 70 miles to the gas station in that direction. I said, there isn't anything between you and here in 70 miles. I said, I'm going to turn around and we're going to go back the opposite way. I said, because the closest gas station is about 20 miles from where your car sat in the other direction. I was like, so that's the closest gas station to you. So we turned around, we headed back. And we made it just past their car, and the guy that was sitting behind me was just so fidgety in the seat that I literally pulled the car over and stopped. We hadn't made to the gas station yet. And I said, you're going to have to stop moving around that seat for me to feel comfortable, or I'm going to put both of you guys out. That's exactly what I said to him. Because I'm trying to drive the car, and he's sitting behind me, and I can't keep an eye on the road and keep an eye on the guy moving around the seat behind me. And I pulled over to the side of the road, and I told him, I was like, you're going to stop moving around in that seat, or I'm going to put you out.
And what happened?
He apologized. He didn't like it, but he apologized. I said, look, I'm not trying to be a jerk.
I would have dropped him off at their car, dropped him off, and take the other guy and get the gas. Because
it wasn't the best of weather, first of all, for them to be out trying to go 70 miles in this direction that I already picked them up from. So I was trying to be a nice guy, but I was just like, and I told him, I pulled over, and I was as stern as I knew I could be. And I had protection on me, so I wasn't real worried.
I assume that.
Yeah. So, but like I said, it was a very awkward and stern conversation in my vehicle.
I take it everything ended okay.
It ended all right.
So did you go the other 20 miles the other direction?
I did.
And then bring him back to his car?
And brought him back to their car. I did. Yep.
Did he at least give you a hug for that?
No, he gave me $20. No, he gave me $20, which was about right for what gas prices were during that time.
Yeah, okay. Well, hey. At least he was, the kind of people I would encounter probably wouldn't have given me anything. They would have taken something, not given me anything.
It was the right thing to do. You know what I mean? You got to make decisions at a certain time. It was the right thing to do. But so I understand the whole reference, I guess is what I'm trying to say, is what they say modern day hitchhiking. I understand, but it doesn't apply there. I mean, you're right. It's an app. You can hit an app on your phone, and somebody that you don't know shows up with a car, and you hop in it. So I understand. I can understand what they're trying to say.
No screening.
Right. But there is a screening process. There is a small screening process that goes for Uber and then goes for Lyft. They do have to go through a screening process. What they were trying to compare it to, they're like, well, we need to stick to using taxi cabs, which then believes me to, what is your hidden agenda? If your articles are written or your news report is being put out there and you're talking about we need to stick to using taxi cabs and stuff, then I have to lead to believe that you're being pushed in a certain direction. And I'm going to hold that. I'm going to take a quick commercial break. We're going to come back to this because I have more on that, and I'll tell you exactly what I mean by that. And we'll talk to you soon.
You're listening to Let's Talk Cars Radio with Dave Palach here on Freedom 1110 WKQA. Are you ready for a change? Is this the year you go from just a job to a career? Well, ATI can help. Advanced Technology Institute offers degrees and diplomas in the in-demand fields with hands-on training of automotive technology, heavy vehicle technology, HVAC, commercial refrigeration, maritime welding, and commercial driving. ATI provides accelerated schedules to help students get into their career field fast. So why wait? Day and night classes are available. Job placement assistance from orientation to graduation. Go to auto.edu right now to find out more, or call 757-490-1241. That's 490-1241. What are you waiting for? ATI, not just helping build the minds of tomorrow, but building your community every day. ATI is certified by SCHEV, the State Council of Higher Education for Virginia, to operate in Virginia.
There's something special about Napa Auto Care Centers. They're backed by the national strength of Napa. Nationwide warranties honored by thousands of locations. You know that's Napa know-how. But more importantly, your Napa Auto Care Center is independently owned and operated by neighborhood professionals who operate by a written code of ethics. Put your vehicle in the hands of ASE certified technicians who will greet you with a smile you can trust. Visit us today.
You heard me say it, and now here's your chance. Now's the time to go find your auto garage. Don't wait until it's too late. Go to NapaBDGHRVA.com and find your all-star car care center today. That's NapaBDGHRVA.com. Talk to you soon. Hey guys, Dave Pilach from Let's Talk Cars Radio. You've heard me say it time and time again. Anyone can guess what's wrong with your transmission. The true test is getting it right the first time. At Bob and Cindy's Cottman Transmission in Janif, there is no guessing. They understand that your car is more than just a car. It's what gets you from work on time and home safely at the end of the day. Bob and Cindy understand you have to work hard to meet the needs of your customer. Their certified technicians will help keep you on the road for years to come. If you can drive it, they can fix it. Call Bob and Cindy today at Cottman Transmission Janif, 466-7778. That's 466-7778.
Nobody remembers the name J.F. Whitlow & Sons Incorporated until you need them. But when you have a toilet problem, drains back up, pipes freeze, your heat or air conditioning stops working, then you remember J.F. Whitlow & Sons. Don't forget the phone number, 399-1714. That's 399-1714. Air conditioning and heating, and all plumbing. J.F. Whitlow & Sons have been serving Hampton Roads since 1949, residential and commercial. You can always count on J.F. Whitlow & Sons to get to you fast and get the job done right the first time. Located in Portsmouth and serving all of Hampton Roads. Those who know, call J.F. Whitlow & Sons. Call them at 399-1714. That's 399-1714. J.F. Whitlow & Sons Incorporated. Welcome back to Let's Talk Cars Radio, your automotive specialist. Call into the program now at 757-222-3705. Now, here is Dave Pilach.
Welcome back, America. You're listening to Let's Talk Cars Radio on WKQA Freedom 1110. I'm your host, Dave Pilach, hanging out with Rockin' Larry Cobb. And, of course, Cameron's doing all our technical work for us. So before we left, we were talking about Uber and Lyft being modern-day hitchhiking.
They could make a movie about that story you just told.
They could.
Vanished.
Well, there was a movie, Vanished.
I know.
It was a completely different story.
Oh, yeah. The truck driver got the girl.
Yeah. So, no, the thing about it, look, I told you, I have stories and stories and stories that deal with cars and me driving. I have tons of them. I just don't remember them all until they pop up. And I'm like, oh, yeah, this is one time? And it doesn't involve Bandcamp at all.
Get you a journal and start writing them down.
As I remember them. Yeah, that's the hard part, is remembering them. They just pop up. Every once in a while, one pops up out of history. But so, like I was saying before we went to commercial break, when I start seeing stories pop up or things pop up in the blog or tons of dialogue that we go through throughout the week, I told you I belong to all these different forums and stuff, and we talk about all different types of topics that have to do with cars, which, like I said, end up rolling into the show somehow a lot of times. But when people start pushing, we need to use taxi cabs, then I think there's a hidden agenda. When the story starts to turn into we should do this or we should do that at the end of the story, then I start to question it. One of the best things about this show is I don't have any hidden agenda. I don't push anything because I just don't believe in pushing anything. If I believe in something, then I support it. And we talk about it. And you guys heard me say about that. I don't push anything unless I believe into it, and I don't even push it then. I just talk about it, and I let you make your own free decision. The best thing about having this show is nobody can tell me what I can push and what I don't have to push.
That is true. Hey, the great thing about all that is just have the information and then make up your own mind.
Right. And I'll give you tons of information, and you can do with it as you please. If I believe in it, you're going to hear about it, and I'll tell you why I think it's great. And at the end of the day, you can make a decision whether you want to be part of that or you don't want to be part of that. So you'll never hear me say, oh, you better go do this. No, I'm not going to say you better go do that. I'm going to say, here's the reasons why I think you should. So, keep using Uber and keep using Lyft. Use a taxi cab if you want to, whatever works for you. I can tell you that, and you heard me say, I used a taxi cab when I was in Florida. And what did it cost me to go to Walmart? You heard me tell that story.
Oh, yeah.
And then Cameron was like, Dad, why don't you Uber back? And it was like $17 to come back versus, what was it, like the $78 it was to use a taxi cab?
Yeah, that was funny.
And Cameron just looked at me. He didn't say anything. He was just like, just stared at me.
You became an Uber believer.
Well, the funny thing was, he was like, what's Uber? I'm like, just give me your cell phone.
Now, this was years ago. You got to remember, this was years ago when Uber was just coming out.
Was...
Nobody really knew what Uber was. And he was like, Dad, why don't you Uber? I'm like, what's an Uber? And he was like, look, let me show you. And from that point on, I was an Uber believer. Remember, we came back and I was like, man, I tried this thing Uber. I was telling you about it. I was like, I tried this thing
Uber. We went to Providence for a wedding. We used Uber. We had everybody hop in Uber because the bus shuttle from the hotel wasn't working. So we Ubered everybody.
We used Uber. We moved the whole wedding party and all their guests using Uber.
Wow.
One after another, Uber would show up. We moved everybody.
We had like 7 phones working, just Uber.
Because we had a big, huge, party bus to move everybody, and it got stuck in traffic or something like that and couldn't make it. And we had all the wedding parties sitting out on the sidewalk, all the guests on the sidewalk waiting for the bus, and it wasn't coming. After like an hour, it was still delayed. And we just started using, we hit Uber over and over and over again on our phone, and we moved to everybody very quickly.
Man.
Uber and Lyft.
Got expensive, didn't it?
No,
it was cheap.
Cheap. I mean, like, it was costing me like
$5 a ride.
$5 and $6 per ride to move everybody.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Instead of like 32 with a taxi.
Yeah.
But hey, they say use taxis.
Taxi was like $32 to move people.
Yeah, but see, I mean, the taxi guys have got to give so much to the city. They got to have permits. They got to give them a percentage.
I understand. Get it. Taxi cab drivers, I'm not trying to, rain on your parade by any means. I get it. You guys are, all the different stuff you guys have to pay for, I completely get it, and I
Does
understand.
Uber have to give anything to the city?
It's completely different, and I don't know all the ins and outs. I'm not going to sit here and try to pretend like I do. Of what
there was
they
a
have to
rigmarole
give.
over at the airport. I don't know what happened.
They banned, like the airports were banning the Uber drivers and stuff like that. I remember it. I don't know the ins and outs of how much the Uber has to give to what and stuff, so I'm not going to be the expert on it. I'm just going to tell you, in my personal experience, that I have paid both different ways. In both different stories, I've tried it. It was like $32 for a taxi cab. It was $5 or $6 to Uber. In that one story, the other one, like I said, it was like $78 for a taxi cab. It was $17 for the Uber.
If I was a cab driver, I'd be afraid. I'd be concerned.
Well, a lot of taxi cab drivers became Uber drivers.
Is that what they did?
I've talked to him in the cars. He's like, I used to be a taxi cab driver. I went and bought my own car, and I just became an Uber driver.
Yeah. Wow.
I took a Lyft home yesterday, actually. From work.
He did. I saw this weird car pull up in front of the house, and I was like, what? Whose car is that? And I see Cameron get out of the back of it.
Why would you choose a Lyft over Uber? Or vice versa?
Probably because he had something
I have my own opinion over Uber and Lyft.
He's going to keep it to himself.
I'm going to keep it to myself.
Because we don't judge. We don't judge.
That's okay. I've done things that my motives were, I kept to myself.
Mm-hmm. Hey, are you ready for a flashback?
Oh, flashback.
Do you remember the conversation? He's like, I started something. Do you remember the conversation we had a little while back about the small truck and how small trucks had pretty much disappeared?
Yeah.
There's really no market with it. And I was like, somebody really needs to kind of jump back into the small truck market.
Yeah,
Somebody's coming back with one, aren't there?
Remember the little red truck?
Yeah. So somebody was listening, I think. So it looks like that Dodge, for you Dodge fans out there, that is going to kind of reintroduce a small truck back into the market again. So it's not going to be real small, but it looks like maybe something along the size of like a Dakota again. Mm-hmm. They're going to kind of bring one back. It looks like it probably won't be till 2022, but it will be the Dakota that everybody always wanted is what they're saying.
I never thought of a Dakota as being a small truck.
Well, it is for them. I mean, for their small truck market.
Remember those early Datsuns? They were in the Toyotas.
Yeah.
That's what I looked at as a small truck.
And once again, there's not a lot in that market anymore. They really need to bring that market kind of back because there's not a lot of competition in that market. So,
that wasn't even a 6-foot bed on those trucks.
Well, how about an 8-foot bed that never needs to be made? You remember that song?
No.
Yeah, there's a song that goes
an 8-foot bed that never needs to be made. I'd like to own one.
Yeah. You don't remember that song?
No.
That was a country song. I had to look it up. It was a country song. Cameron's like, I'm hard at work. As soon as I said it, he went straight to
It's got to be over 30 years old for me to know
it isn't.
who it was.
No, it wasn't. No. I got a Hey Dave. You ready for a Hey Dave?
I am.
Hey Dave. I was watching the news this week, and they were talking. They meant talking. I always read it the way it's written. About the end of the truck era because gas prices are back on the rise. I love these. What do you think, Melinda in Chesapeake? Well, of course, gas prices are on the rise. It's summertime again. So we're going to see them go back up. And I know I've been telling you that we're going to see gas prices fall again. Stick with me. I'm not lying to you. I've told you guys they are. Look, just stick with me on this. The death of trucks is never coming. I don't believe the hype what the news is. I saw the same news reports, by the way, that they were like, oh, trucks are dying out. People rushed out and bought trucks, and now it's all going to die.
Just because gas has been high for, 3 months?
Right. Look, when gas prices got to $6 a gallon, almost, people didn't go get rid of their trucks. You still saw trucks on the road. So it is not going away. People get on the news and they say things, and people just take it as like law. I mean, this isn't happening. Trucks aren't going to go away. This isn't going to happen. It's not going to be the end of the world. Look, it's never going to. Trucks will be here forever. The pickup truck is here to stay. They didn't start making pickup trucks like Cadillacs because they thought pickup trucks were going to go away. I mean, it's just not going to happen, Melinda. So, I understand people get on the news and they get you guys all riled up over tons of things. This is just another one of those slow news day, and they decide to do a story and get you all riled up. So
probably do it for fun. Just let's see how many people we can get riled up today.
That's a rile up story. That's what it is. I mean, it had to be, because if anybody truly believes that pickup trucks are just going to fold up and go away because gas prices got high, I mean,
they would have to be consistently high and rising steadily over a long period for
years and years and years before you'd ever see the death of a pickup truck. Because look, pickup trucks are cool. They write songs about it all the time. Isn't that right, Cameron? As he's looking for this, I see him. He's searching for that song.
He must be planning on playing.
He is. He was searching for it. He was. He found it. Did you find it?
Oh, yes.
You found it. Where's it at? Hold on.
We're about to
truck. When I was 3, drove 100,000
miles on my knees,
hauled marbles and rocks, and thought twice before I hauled a Barbie doll bed for the girl next door. She tried to pay me with a kiss.
Country.
And I began to
called Pickup Man by Joe Duff.
Women like about a pickup man.
I told you. There's songs about everything.
Who did that?
It's Joe Duff, Pickup Man.
Pickup Man.
Yeah. It's been years, but I remember it.
Catchy little tune when I heard of it.
Yeah, I used to play it all the time. So, anyway, hey, guess what? It's commercial break time again. They fly by quick.
No pickup time.
No pickup time. We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, I got some more news for you. Low speed chases, they're changing, and I'm going to tell you how they're changing when we come back. We'll talk to you soon.
You're listening to Let's Talk Cars Radio with Dave Palach here on Freedom 1110 WKQA.
Hey guys, Dave Palach from Let's Talk Cars Radio. You've heard me say it time and time again. Anyone can guess what's wrong with your transmission. The true test is getting it right the first time. At Bob and Cindy's Cotman Transmission in Janif, there is no guessing. They understand that your car is more than just a car. It's what gets you from work on time and home safely at the end of the day. Bob and Cindy understand you have to work hard to meet the needs of your customer. Their certified technicians will help keep you on the road for years to come. If you can drive it, they can fix it. Call Bob and Cindy today at Cotman Transmission Janif, 466-7778. That's 466-7778. Are you ready for a change? Is this the year that you go from a job to a career? Well, ATI can help. Advanced Technology Institute offers degrees and diplomas in the in-demand field with hands-on training of automotive technology, heavy vehicle technology, HVAC commercial refrigeration, maritime welding, and commercial diving. ATI provides accelerated schedules to help students get into their career field fast. So why wait? Day and night classes are available, job placement assistance from orientation to graduation. Go to auto.edu right now to find out more. Or you can call 757-490-1241. That's 490-1241. What are you waiting for? ATI, not just helping build the minds of tomorrow, but building your community every day. ATI is certified by Chev, the State Council of Higher Education for Virginia, to operate in Virginia.
Nobody remembers the name J.F. Whitlow & Sons Incorporated until you need them. But when you have a toilet problem, drains back up, pipes freeze, your heat or air conditioning stops working, then you remember J.F. Whitlow & Sons. Don't forget the phone number, 399-1714. That's 399-1714. Air conditioning and heating, and all plumbing. J.F. Whitlow & Sons have been serving Hampton Roads since 1949, residential and commercial. You can always count on J.F. Whitlow & Sons to get to you fast and get the job done right the first time. Located in Portsmouth and serving all of Hampton Roads. Those who know, call J.F. Whitlow & Sons. Call them at 399-1714. That's 399-1714. J.F. Whitlow & Sons Incorporated.
An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Well, here's a pound of prevention from your Napa Auto Care Center. We'll customize a preventive maintenance package for your vehicle that will save you time, money, and hassles now and down the road. We'll ask, do you drive mainly in the city or on the highway? Plan to keep your vehicle? How long? And more. Preventive maintenance is a good thing that prevents bad things. Build yours at your Napa Auto Care Center today.
Hey guys, Dave Pillach from Let's Talk Cars Radio. Do you currently have a repair shop you trust? Haven't found the time to go to a garage for all your automotive needs? Check out the all-star team at Napa BDGHRVA.com. That's Napa BDGHRVA.com. Let them show you what it's like to work with the professionals and make a friend along the way. Talk to you soon.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Cars Radio, your automotive specialist. Call into the program now at 757-222-3705. Now, here is Dave Pillach.
Welcome back, America. You're listening to Let's Talk Cars Radio on WKQA Freedom 1110. I'm your host, Dave Pillach. We are just hanging out, talking about cars like we do every Saturday. I'm glad that you tuned into the show. I want to give a big shout out to all of our listeners out there in the Hampton Roads area and across the United States, and all of our listeners listen all abroad in different countries. We have a lot of you all that tune in from all over the world, and we very much appreciate it. So, before I left you with a cliffhanger of all the different news and stuff that's out there. So, what do you guys want to talk about now?
I don't know. You're the one with the list.
I do. I told you I actually had some news. So here's a strange one for you. You want a strange one?
Yeah, why not?
I'll give you a strange one.
Like most of them aren't.
Well, no. We've been pretty straight so far. So I'm just going to throw you off for a loop.
That hitchhike story was pretty strange. So hey,
it is. No, I have an even stranger one. So in Texas, go big or
go home.
All right. Well, apparently this guy went home.
You're on.
I'm on now.
Cameron always gets irritated because we turn his mic off. It's because he's always tapping on the computer and having to type, and I don't want you guys to hear him clicking away on the computer.
Yeah, that always happens to me.
He may have to sneeze or something.
Yeah, well, he's like I said, he's constantly clicking away. He's doing his job. He's clicking away on the computer. I just don't want you guys to hear him clicking away on the computer while he's doing it. So Cameron sits, and he has two computers in front of him because he's doing his research, and he's doing what he's supposed to.
Two computers, an iPad, a cell phone, and car keys.
So he's got everything sitting in front of him all the time, so I don't want you guys to hear him clicking away as he's doing his research. So
Mission Control.
Yeah, he literally looks like Mission Control on his side of the table. So, all right. Ready for the strange one?
I'm ready for the strange one.
This is a strange one. A manager in Texas found himself in a gas of a situation. You know where this is going already now, don't you?
I think.
Okay. Well, apparently he wasn't out of gas, or was he? You can't make it up. He was fired and told to go home after he was punishing his employees by walking into their office and releasing himself in their office space and then walking out. Apparently he did this quite often and thought it was funny. And that's how he would punish his employees, is by going in their office and releasing himself.
If he was punishing employees, who fired him?
His boss eventually had to fire him after releasing his ghastly duties and doing nipple twists. And then the last straw, apparently, if that wasn't enough, was he sent out a mass email insinuating that I guess one of his employees was a pedophile or something. I mean, I guess it's all supposed to be like practical jokes, but I don't think anybody found a lot of that funny.
Something you don't practical joke about.
Not in the workplace. I mean, it's, he chalked it up as, well, this is just frat boy kind of jokes kind of things. But, I mean, anyway.
Words that float around like professional.
One of the employees decided to get himself a lawyer and sue. Which and nowadays you could just see that's just the direction that would have headed.
Sure.
So he is now out of gas.
No, he's not. He just has nowhere to put it.
Right. There you go. When the story came to me, guys, I was just like, really? I mean,
It is juvenile, you have to admit.
it's juvenile, but you would think that if you're the manager of a dealership,
That you would have enough sense to
Sense.
behave in a more appropriate way.
you would just know. We're not talking about Billy's, used car lot.
Yeah, he wasn't 17, was he?
No, we're talking about like a major dealership. I mean, this is a major dealership. This wasn't like with a real franchise, large name attached to it. This wasn't like just some side of the road. I got this, 1973 Buick to sell to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Rocket used cars.
And the dealership was aware that things like this was going on, and they just were kind of turning a blind eye to it from what the report says.
That's where you start to get on the danger side.
Right. So there you go. Like I said, Texas, go big or go home.
Smell big or go home.
There's a lot of jokes that could be made with this one,
Oh, man.
but I'm just
never ending.
I'm going to behave myself. And I'm going to move on.
No, you're not. You're just going to wait till later.
Nope, sure not. Self-driving vehicles. Moving on. So the date has been set. 2022 is when they're saying you're going to see self-driving vehicles. Self-flying vehicles, but not so fast. Well, maybe fast, but not in the sense that you're thinking. Do you remember this? Now I'm going to take you back a little bit. Almost 2 years, I showed you the prototype for safety vehicles that were flying vehicles. And I actually sent you the picture of it, remember?
I do.
So remember how I told you for something like that to be developed, that it had to be in the development works for a really long time? Mm-hmm. We just hadn't seen it. Mm-hmm. That's true.
I thought they were coming out by 2020, though, not 2022.
We're not talking about personal vehicles. We're talking about safety vehicles.
Like fire trucks?
Right. Remember that?
Because I remember the fire truck when you were talking about, they had it like fly up to the top story and spray it down.
Okay, so you remember.
So that's what you're talking about, due out in 2022.
They're talking about having something ready by 2022. I had a little media packet that was sent over to me that I got a chance to review. Apparently, they've been playing with these things since 2009. So that picture that I sent you 2 years ago and I showed you was actually very old stock that they just finally decided to release to the media just to get a idea of what people. There it is. He's got it. He's Cameron actually. Cameron is doing his job today. Look at that.
Man.
Cameron brought it up instantly.
I remember that.
Okay, right. They've been playing with those ideas since 2009. And they just decided to finally put it out to the press about 2 years ago when I showed it to you, just to see what we thought and what of the idea, even though they had been playing with it for so long.
Man.
So what they're thinking about, guys, and what I'm talking about is there's a bunch of different applications out there of flying contraptions that could move people quicker. So if you're in a bad car accident or something like that, it would be a pilotless vehicle that could be sent to a bad crash scene or something like that and actually go pick up, somebody who's hurt and bring them back to the hospital very quickly.
Well, I can see them wanting to, at the very least, test those vehicles a lot longer because they have the potential to cause harm if they were.
Correct. So they kept it under wraps and they've been keeping it to themselves, but they were actually started testing all way back then, and they just been playing with them and they just kept it to themselves. So now they've actually set a date where they really would like to actually put them in service, and they've set a date where they would like to start putting them in service by that date. Kind of cool. So I thought it was kind of neat when I got the little.
It is on our Facebook page if you would like to look at the video.
Yeah, that is one of the one that I have is now completely different from 2 years ago. But if you guys are curious, go to the Facebook page, like it, share it, show it to people. Like I said, the little press packet I got now is of course now an upgraded model, and it's a little bit more rugged, obviously, because that was years ago. But you'll see what we're talking about. It's neat. It's different applications for fire departments and ambulance applications and stuff like that. But just shows you technology's changing.
Well, yeah, there's no doubt about it.
It is.
Just because you don't talk about it every week don't mean it ain't happening.
Oh, got another cool one for you. Did you see the exec from GM that crashed the Corvette at the Detroit Grand Prix?
I didn't see it, but I heard something. I read an article about that.
I was watching the race.
Really?
I had it on. I was doing work for the show, and I had it on, and it's funny because the announcers were talking about something completely different.
Yeah, it was a big wig guy at the GM driving the Vet.
The announcers were just having like a sidebar conversation, and the cameras are just focused on and all of a sudden I see the car smack. I'm like, they're talking. They're like, whoa, I don't know what's going on down there. There seems to be a little. I'm not sure what we're looking at. And I'm like, well, what you missed while you guys were talking was that Corvette just hit that wall. Is what I was saying to myself as I was sitting there. Yeah, it was cool. If you guys haven't checked it out yet or don't know what I'm talking about, go check out the video. It's up. It's pretty.
I would have held up my sign. Just because your head's shaped like a hubcap doesn't mean you're a big wheel.
That's a good one. Yeah,
isn't it?
That's a good one. I like that one.
That'd be a good bumper bully, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Did you guys? I know you had to hear about the soldier that led them on the police chase in the tank vehicle here in Virginia.
Oh yeah. I was seeing that last night, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, it was a slow speed chase. So
how fast you going to go with an armored personnel carrier?
Right. So I told you when you guys come back, we talk about low speed chases and how things have changed. Well, this is one of the low speed chases. So, I mean, it was. Look, there was a video, I want to say, what was that, from the mid-'80s or early 90s when the guy stole the tank? Mm-hmm. Did you ever see that video?
I saw the movie where the guy took a tank.
No, there was a guy that stole a tank. It was like mid-'80s or something like that. He actually stole a tank. I want to say it was like in L.A., and they had no way to stop him. I mean, it was a real tank.
Yeah.
And he continued to, go through people's houses, and he drove down the street, was driving through people's,
that rings a bell vaguely.
RVs and running over people's cars, and they had no idea how to stop him.
I think I remember that now that you go on with it.
Yeah, the only thing that stopped him was he got hung up on a Jersey wall.
Yeah.
I mean, he still had plenty of diesel.
Yeah.
And he got hung up on a Jersey wall is the only thing that stopped him. And then they finally were able to cut the top open, and I believe they dispensed him.
I do remember that now.
Yeah.
I do remember that, yeah.
Yeah, I think Karen just pulled it up. You pull up the video?
Yeah, I pulled it up. I showed him the photo.
Yeah, that's the only thing that stopped. The only thing that stopped him was he would have continued to rain havoc.
What do those things get? About 3 miles a gallon?
But they'll go for a long time. And he was running over, and he was just purposely running over anything he could because he knew he could.
Just to tear it up. Yeah, because he knew he was going to jail.
Well, no, I think he completely. Yeah, Cameron's got a couple of videos pulled up. He's showing them to me off. You guys can't see them. I can, but but he's showing us the videos. But go ahead. And post.
He knew he was going to jail.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Just tear things
I'm going to tear up as much as I can because I'm going to be in jail a long time.
Oh, and I got another good one for you because we're already at commercial break again. It goes so quick. So, you guys know I love my Legos, especially when they're in car form. So and I tell you guys every time one comes up. So a little while back, I told you about the Fiat 500 Lego car and how they were trying to get it approved. So we're at like 8,000, I think 700 votes. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, if somebody comes up with a new design for a Lego car, okay, it takes 10,000 votes to Lego for them to decide whether they want to actually make it a car that they'll produce. So they're at like 8,700. So they need like 1,300 more votes for it to go for approval for Lego to actually make it a car. So do me a favor, get out there, go on the website and check yes, sign it, and say that you want it to become a car. And Lego will actually make that another car that you can take some time on a Sunday and turn off the TV and put together a Lego car with your kid. And we only need 1,300 more votes. That's all it takes.
All right, well, let's hope that happens.
I'm hoping that's just one more car that I can add to my collection. See how I'm selfish. We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, I got some more news for you. Talk to you soon.
You're listening to Let's Talk Cars Radio with Dave Palach here on Freedom 1110 WKQA. Nobody remembers the name J.F. Whitlow & Sons Incorporated until you need them. But when you have a toilet problem, drains back up, pipes freeze, your heat or air conditioning stops working, then you remember J.F. Whitlow & Sons. Don't forget the phone number, 399-1714. That's 399-1714. Air conditioning and heating and all plumbing. J.F. Whitlow & Sons have been serving Hampton Roads since 1949. Residential and commercial. You can always count on J.F. Whitlow & Sons to get to you fast and get the job done right the first time. Located in Portsmouth and serving all of Hampton Roads. Those who know, call J.F. Whitlow & Sons. Call them at 399-1714. That's 399-1714. J.F. Whitlow & Sons Incorporated.
Okay, your week is crazy. Your local Napa Auto Care Center understands. That's why we're open Saturdays for your convenience. Get that oil change you've been putting off way too long. Be done with those squeaky brakes that are on your last nerve. We get it. Our Napa Auto Care Center is open Saturday when you maybe don't have soccer, dance class, a late meeting at work, you name it. Call for a Saturday appointment now.
Hey guys, Dave Pilach from Let's Talk Cars Radio. Are you tired of trying all the wrong auto shops and never leaving feeling that satisfied experience? Napa Car Care Centers, the BDG HRVA group, has the answer for you. Friendly, reliable teams assembled for all your automotive needs. Find your local auto center today at NapaBDGHRVA.com. That's NapaBDGHRVA.com. Talk to you soon. Hey guys, Dave Palach from Let's Talk Cars Radio. Are you tired of your everyday job? Looking for something more? You have to go check out ATI at auto.edu. Advanced Technology Institute has a program for you. From accelerated schedules to assistance in helping students get into the career field fast. Guys, I understand how hard it is with the hassle of juggling life, work, kids. That's why ATI provides day and night classes to make things as easy for you to succeed. If you're ready for a change, give them a call today at 757-490-1241. That's 757-490-1241. Make ATI your choice for building today's minds and tomorrow's communities. ATI is certified by SCHEV, the State Council of Higher Education for Virginia, to operate in Virginia. Talk to you soon. Hey guys, Dave Pilach from Let's Talk Cars Radio. You've heard me say it time and time again. Anyone can guess what's wrong with your transmission. The true test is getting it right the first time. At Bob and Cindy's Cottman Transmission in Janif, there is no guessing. They understand that your car is more than just a car. It's what gets you from work on time and home safely at the end of the day. Bob and Cindy understand you have to work hard to meet the needs of your customer. Their certified technicians will help keep you on the road for years to come. If you can drive it, they can fix it. Call Bob and Cindy today at Cottman Transmission Janif, 466-7778. That's 466-7778.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Cars Radio, your automotive specialist. Call into the program now at 757-222-3705. Now, here is Dave Palach.
Welcome back, America. You're listening to Let's Talk Cars Radio on WKQA Freedom 1110. I'm your host, Dave Palach. We're just hanging out with the crew, talking about cars like we do every Saturday. Nothing new. Very special, though.
Yeah.
Hey, so Here's something interesting for you. So all you naysayers that tell me that, self-driving cars are just my figment of my imagination and they're never coming. Even Volvo made a statement this week that they plan on 1/3 of their cars to be self-driving by 2025.
You got people that really tell you they're never coming?
Oh, still.
I mean, I know they're coming.
I get in some of the strangest conversations with people. I just do. This is a big network of people. A lot of people don't realize that, but it is a big network of people. You end up rubbing elbows with some of people from all different sides of the fence when it comes to cars. It's the way this works. And if I would have told you years ago when we first decided to start doing this show that I would end up talking to some of the people that I do, doing radio and talking with cars, I probably would have said you're lying. I would honestly say that would be a fair statement. Mm-hmm. But I end up talking to so many different people now from all different walks of life. People that everybody knows, you guys see them on TV and stuff like that all the time, to people that you've never heard of that have their own opinion, or writers or columnists and stuff like that have their own say on cars. There's a lot of people that have a lot of influence when it goes into the car world and stuff that you guys never see, have never heard of. You don't realize you have heard of them. You just don't. You read their articles and you never look to see who that was written by.
Yeah,
that happens a lot. A lot that happens. You read the article, you never look at the name attached to it, and you've been reading their articles for probably 10, 15, 20 years.
Yeah,
and they're big writers for all these different magazines and stuff. And I talk with them a lot, and we share opinions, and we disagree on a lot of things. A lot of things.
The key is to disagree nicely.
Well, here's the thing. It's
civilly, I guess.
No, it's great to disagree. I love disagreeing with them. And it's not that we don't like each other. We actually do like each other. And we have good banter back and forth when I have conversations with some of these people, because it makes great for them to have a different opinion than I do, or sometimes we agree on things, because it makes for good radio. It makes for good conversation, for good seminars and stuff like that a lot of us attend and go to. So I actually like it and I enjoy it. But did I ever think that this would spiral to what it is from all that? No, not when we started this. I mean, I never imagined that this would become what it has by any means. And I enjoy the fan base, and I enjoy sitting and talking with people. I spent the other night to late the other night with friends I hadn't seen in a long time. They're all in the car business, talking about all different kinds of things that had to do with cars. And I enjoyed it. But it was late at night, just talking about cars. Before you know it, the hours got away from us.
Takes time to talk.
It does. We talked about the good old days and how things have changed, and how all the different stuff have changed in the car market and in the business and in the industry, and how things were back in the old days, and how it was so much easier to get things done in the old days. You just, you snapped your fingers and you said, we're going to do things this way, and that's just the way and now all the paperwork trail and everything goes, it's just not that way anymore.
Red tape.
A lot of red tape. And I've always said that, every rule that's written has somebody's name attached to it. It should be called like the Jeremy rule or the Mike rule, because you did it this way for so long and you're like, we're just going to do this, and you did it. And then something went wrong because of Mike or Jeremy. And so, and then there was a policy written. So it should be policy 101 Jeremy. Because
that's like the guy that got up from his Winnebago while he was going down the interstate to go make some coffee.
Right.
They actually put that warning in their manual.
The right issue, and it should have been whatever his name was, should have been written right next to it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because that's where it came from.
I actually read that. Like, I read that whole thing about that and his explanation when he was suing, because he thought when he put on the cruise control that was autopilot for that vehicle. That was his explanation. He thought if he pushed that button, that he could get up and go make coffee or make himself a sandwich and everything else, and it should have drove itself down the road while he got up and went and made himself coffee and a sandwich.
I think that was a stupid explanation. Can anybody be that dumb?
Okay, well, I have to admit that after I got done laughing and almost peeing myself when I read that, then I got to could anybody be that dumb? But I was just like, I laughed a while after reading that, because it was just like,
are there really people with a thought process like that? You really thought putting the thing on cruise control meant you could go back in the back and make a cup of coffee.
Right.
And suppose the RV had to stop. It was in cruise control. It couldn't have stopped.
And guys, this was way before self-driving vehicles ever existed. So, like,
Well, the same is true about the McDonald's and the coffee that got spilled on the hot lady, and she won the suit, and they had to put warnings on the coffee cups that contents are hot.
and it should have somebody's name put to it. And this is the 102 rule. See, they should have started with like rule 0000001 and just worked their way up and through is what they should have done. That would have been hilarious.
But some of the reasons for these things, they're just mind-boggling. I mean, that somebody could be that absent of thought or common sense.
Yeah, they are. Here's absent of common sense one for you. I have it. So we talked about it. We had Cameron on last week. And we talked about a bunch of different things, and I thought he did a really good job explaining what makes them different from everybody else. And that was the reason why I had him on, guys, because, like I said, if I see something that I like and that I believe in, I think it's very, very important to introduce you guys to that. And I liked what they had going on, so I wanted to introduce you guys to that. So that, I think he did, the fact that they had the pictures and they have all that stuff, I thought that was really important. And like I said, get out there, introduce yourself to a garage, meet a garage. And if you're not going to introduce yourself to one, I'm going to introduce you to one. I'll bring them on so you guys have the opportunity. And like I said, not going to push anything on you guys, but now you can make an educated decision for yourself. You've met Cameron, you've met Speedy Auto Garage, and now you know them. And now you have the opportunity to go meet them and do business with them. So, which is great. And we're going to do those segments throughout the summer and going into the winter. I'm going to introduce you guys to all of our Napa family. In fact, I have another one coming on next week, so you guys will get to meet them too. So
Looking forward to it.
But here is the intelligent thing, or the lack of therefore. So I've gotten a lot of different emails and stuff sent to you guys about you guys buying cars off of Craigslist and OfferUp and all the experiences you guys had, and you tell me your horror stories. So last week I hinted on the fact, and we never got around to talk about it because we were talking with Cameron, that I decided to subject myself to it just like you guys do. So I decided to put myself out there, and we're calling this, okay, sell me your junk. That is what this segment is called. So I went out there and looked at what's actually out there. I went and played Mystery Shopper and played around with some of these cars again. And I understand your guys' concerns. That's what I'm going to say. I have been in cars where people have labeled them as, these are great cars. Come see it. You won't find another one like it.
Which is probably true.
But not the way that they're meaning it. I have sat down in cars where the AC hasn't worked, and that people have just like, well, it just worked a couple minutes ago, right before you showed up. No. I'm a car guy. You can't lie to me. And when I open up the hood, I can tell if that AC has worked or hasn't worked in the last couple minutes, or the last year, or the last 3 years. I mean, stop lying. These people are coming to try to buy a good used car from you. If they know what they're looking at, they're going to know if you're lying. If I get in the car and I turn on the AC and you have to beat the dash to get the AC to come on or to get any of the lights to turn on the AC, don't tell me that you never had to do that before. The fact that you know that you had to beat on the dash to get the AC to work, it's not your first time doing that, okay? So I understand. And I went and I did this because I wanted to see what you guys were experiencing. I get these letters and I get these texts that you guys send me, and I wanted to know what it was that you guys were experiencing. These are some of the things I see now with my own, not that I didn't know it existed, but I wanted to play the game like you guys have to play it when you guys are looking for a car. If you're driving down the road and the tachometer and the odometer starts to blink back and forth and flip out on the thing, don't act like that's the first time that's ever happened. You know that happens when you're driving the car. Don't act shocked while you're driving with me like, oh, it's never done that before. Come on. It's done that before. I mean, and these are so, I'm going to continue to play this game along with you guys because and I'm not wasting anybody's time. I truly am looking for a used car that I want to put Cameron in. So as I continue to play this game, I'll play along with you guys, and I'm going to report to you guys what I find, because as you guys have been writing me letters, you guys tell me all the weird things that you guys have found out there in the market. So I want to experience it with you. So continue to send me your letters of the crazy things that you guys are finding out there, and we'll experience it together because this has been kind of interesting. I'm in no hurry to find a piece of junk. I want to find the right car too, just like you guys do. So I figure we can have this experience together. Also, one last thing before we go off the air. You guys know that we partnered up with ATI, and we were trying to put a program together with that. Really quickly, if you have an 05 and newer car that you are looking to donate that students can practice on working on that has a motor problem, send me an email at dave@letstalkcarsradio.com. We are looking for 2005 or newer cars that can be donated to us that the students can learn from working on. If it's in good shape, it just has some motor problems or transmission problem, we'd love for y'all to donate the car to us. Send me an email, dave@letstalkradios.com. Enjoy your Saturday. Sunday's around the corner. Make sure you turn off the TV, spend some time with your kids, and I'll talk to you soon. We're out of here.